Hi, third graders. Miss you. So, guys, in science today, you guys are going to be doing another experiment. But this experiment, I want it to be more of an independent type of thing. It's more like the final assessment, since this is going to be our last experiment. I want to see what you guys have really taken away from science the past few weeks. Because we've learned about the scientific method, and knowing that we have to come up with a question, we have to come up with a hypothesis, we then have to conduct an experiment and make sure that we have a plan when conducting that experiment so that it stays fair. And then we have to come up with a conclusion and then a reflection on that conclusion. So how can we make the science experiment that we just did, how can we make it better? What can we do to add more? Things like that. So today you guys are going to be looking at a very helpful situation, a very helpful idea. So we're getting ready to get into that winter season where we have snow and ice and all of these things. And so you're going to look at ice a little bit more closely. So we know that when we have ice, it can sometimes be dangerous because we can slip and we can fall. And so we want to better protect ourselves from the ice. So what you guys are going to do today is you are going to create an experiment where it's looking at what type of shoes should we be wearing during the winter season, and what aspects or pieces of these shoes can we continue to look at and go with. So you guys are going to be coming up with your questions and your hypothesis today, and we're going to use 4 shoes. Now, I'm narrowing it down to using only these 4 because I think it'll keep the aspect of the fairness, tomorrow when you guys are planning your experiment and for the rest of the week. So there's 4 shoes. They're sitting in a bag, in a Bed Bath & Beyond bag on the kidney table. Now, the 4 shoes that you're going to be using are, there's this black slip-on shoe, looks like this. There's one. There's a gray Ugg boot. There's just a gray boot. So if you look, there's the difference between the 2 of these. Okay. Then there's a pink cowboy boot. Now, those are the 4 shoes that you guys are going to be wearing. So as soon as Mrs. Haller gives you the go, you guys are going to go back to your desks and you guys are going to come up with a question. Now, the question needs to be, in the form of a question. What will happen if, or what is the best, or things like that. Okay? Now, then you're going to go and do your hypothesis after your question. Now, your hypothesis, remember, that's the I think this is going to happen because. Now, don't forget that because part, because I understand that you have your thinking going on of this is what's going to happen, but I want you to explain why you think it's going to happen. Okay? So those are the only 2 that you're going to do today. When you're done with those, you're going to hand those back into Mrs. Haller, and Mrs. Haller is going to keep them safe for you. Now, if you finish before the time is up, go ahead and just read independently. Guys, remember to be working super hard and keep this independent because I am taking this as a grade. I want to see what you are capable of doing, not what your neighbor's thinking. I want to see what your thinking looks like, okay? Alright, love and miss you guys. I have another video coming to you tomorrow.